again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I tell you what, I really am so grateful. You folks who already swing through, right, give me a little encouragement, helping me to get started. It really is truly appreciated. Encouragement is appreciated. I love this. Peace and love to all who came today. Blessings to each of you. And what's up to all of you? Today I'm filled with ideas. And USA, very true. Greetings to the friends, right? If you want to soar like an eagle, you cannot hang out with turkeys. You cannot spend your time in the mud. Not if you want to soar, right? And I played around in the mud and the muck and the darkness and the bitterness. And I played around in my alcoholism and my misery, my self-regret, my shame. I used to play around in all that stuff in the past. But as I'm getting older, I'm hoping to outgrow a lot of that. In the background is the purpose of me, and what I hope is with you. Whoops, doggone it, I forgot to even put it up. That's what I forgot to do. There we go, this one. Let's end all wars for lasting peace, right? Join those who are working to end the wars. Join us in creating a better future. Become a part of that. And if you're here with me, I'll admit part of my hope and goal is to help anyone it's applying to. I want to help you end the wars in you. Because if you're at conflict and unease in yourself, in your natural ways of being, your normal state, if it's an unrest and a discomfort, then I want to help you. I really do. Individually and collectively, the way to overcome the lies is so simple. A child can understand. You stand with the truth to overcome the lies. You witness lies, you call them out. It's hard to do in a world where lying is so traditional. I mean, it's part of the tradition. Parents lie to their children, children lie to their parents, and then the teachers are just making stuff up a lot of times. No disrespect to those who are in the profession of teaching. I just remember what I experienced and witnessed. I know there's good folks in every profession. That's the part of God's creation, man. Thumbs up, please. Yeah, hit the like button. Even if you don't fully understand me and what's going on, if you've got someone who comes to mind when I say things like, overcoming the wars and the corruption internally and externally, if someone comes to your mind as I'm talking about these things, please send them a message. Let them know what's going on here. Invite more, because I do hope to grow on my channel, on my reach, the influence with this message right there. I mean, I'm not claiming perfection. I'm just a humble messenger, but the message I want you to hear and know is to live without fear. Fear no fear. Allow no illogical feeling to destroy you. Right? And a lot of the fears are illogical. A lot of the world we live in is illogical. I don't know if you realize it, but we live in a world of make-believe. The majority of this American society, it's built upon sandcastles. It's all pretend. The emperor has no clothes. I keep saying that Donald Trump guy is not fit for the position he's in. But hey, I'm just a outside observer of what's going on here in America inside the belly of the beast. Holy cows, praise God. I'm bouncing around a little bit today. Producer Moose, why am I always getting timed out no matter what I say? What kind of love is that, brother? I don't know. It's not me. Maybe it's me, but I don't remember tying you back. And, show me trustworthy. Show me that you're actually on my side. I'll bring you back completely. But till then, man, holy cows. I don't know why. Because one day you're on my side in appearance, and the next day you're just talking shit about me. So thanks for being here, though, Moose. I sure appreciate you, man. And let me jump through some of this stuff, right? The thumbnail today, the reminder, it's a Talcott truth. If a people allow their government to keep secrets, it is an authorization to be lied to. Do you like being lied to? You realize you're paying people to tell you lies as these corporations and governments are keeping secrets from you. I mean, it's a simple path of logic, really. Corruption grows in the shadows of secrecy. We've got a corrupt government going on. We're like, somehow the masses were manipulated and hypnotized in this nonsense mantra, make America great again. Yeah, let's do that. But Donald Trump ain't the way. Not right now. Holy cows, man. Hey, praise God. My man lost again. And to all of you, Traditional Rose, Zill Zone, I'm going to drop the link. You know what? I'm going to drop the link. We'll see what today may bring. Because why not, right? Today's a new adventure in this experience of life that you and we get to share. Not everybody gets to share in this game of life, especially not the way that you and I are playing it today. Having fun, having hopefully some encouraging conversations, getting some ideas spinning right in the back of the head. Realizing that a world of peace, a world of abundance, a world of prosperity, the only thing that's holding us back from sharing that is working together to share it, to grow it. Hey, a man shows up, a guest, a friend, one who is sharing the light of today. Welcome back, Jesse. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you doing, Jack?
Really feeling blessed. I really am.
What makes the most amount of blessings that you're feeling?
I found this peace in my heart that I never imagined was possible. It's something I've been learning and paying attention to in my own experience. I mean, this online experience, I'm putting myself out there. And as I grow and as I become better, well, I can explain things more simply, and I do a better job of showing it. And I think people are starting to see it because I'm shining the light, and there's been a lot of the darkness just attract to me. So I face my challenges publicly. Many of us have.
Can you describe that piece?
It's actually what I'm really hoping to help others experience for themselves. This piece of just being. It's what has been pointed to for generations, right? the identity and the suffering body, the identity of who we think we are, that's the part that gets unsettled. That's the part that's focused on what's missing. And this world has taught us to focus on what's missing. But if you change your mind, redirect your focus, and you focus on what is here, what you have, you start to feel the abundance. At least that's what worked for me.
What are some tools you could share to get people to help to focus on that?
That's a great question. I think the greatest tool to start with is the idea. If someone who's feeling unpleasant, challenged, despair, any unpleasant feeling, if you can get within yourself the idea that despite all the real life circumstances and despite maybe the pain and sorrow that's real, there might be peace. If you can get the idea, then you can seek the peace. And if you can seek it, you got a chance of finding it. And really, it is no distance. It takes no time. It is the intentional will and willingness to put everything aside, to just let go of it all. And then, of course, there's breathing practices that truly help. There's one I got in my head, depending on the circumstances, but it's one I picked up recently, and it makes perfect sense in so many ways. What calms us down internally, it's with the breath. We get excited and our breath gets shallow and it gets us pumping. But to calm ourselves down, choose to breathe slow. And then breathe slow. And then if you can feel yourself getting worked up, something I found very helpful is knowing the goal, to breathe down into the core of your being. So if you're familiar with the Kegel exercise, or if you clench your rear like you're holding your bowels or your urine, and you take a breath, it comes all the way down to the diaphragm. And by doing that, as I understand, you can help energize that root chakra and help yourself feel more grounded. But then this other one, when you start feeling worked up, an intentional deep breath and then an extra breath with a slow, long exhale. So it's I can feel like a loosening, a settling. And I learned this from a couple of others recently. I saw it. Once I saw it, I heard it a couple of times. Yeah. Very simple exercises. There are so many simple solutions for mankind to understand regarding our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health. Freedom and health are not as complicated as the world wants us to think, right?
Totally.
Well, and this is where, please go ahead.
Do you know what box breathing is?
Yes. Another one of my favorites.
In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, and then repeat.
Yes, sir. And with that, I've also found the visualization of the breath running through my being as a sense of light, right? An energy of light that runs through my core into Mother Earth, up into the heavens. And through that breath and that practice the cycle, becoming still and allowing that light of energy of who I am, allowing that to grow, to brighten, and to feel, right? The peace of being connected to the heavens and the earth. Imperious, you gotta look on your level of appropriate discussion, my brother. I do appreciate the contributions, but I'm not gonna raise the comment up. Thank you, my brother. Men of today. I don't mean to laugh, but I was reminded that, especially in the public area, my role as a man is to help raise the standards of men, right? To be a better example. And sometimes I fail, sometimes I soar, but I'm consistently trying to be a better example of who I can be.
What's refreshing, Jack, is that you can admit that you sometimes fail where others can't see that. And so that's a sense of growth and just, showing that you're actually trying to be a better man instead of thinking you are already there, which, all of us have still lots of work to do.
Yeah. And at the same time, I know the people I've met and I know myself, we've done a lot of work already, far greater than we used to be. And I believe this is the natural progression that God has intended for us, is to become better, to become greater. I mean, I was thinking about the definitions of life. Someone asked, what's the meaning of life besides to live? Well, if one becomes alive with life, then it brings forth a natural movement. It brings forth growth. Growth is the movement. It receives what is, it adapts, it overcomes. And when alive with life and you're growing, it means, and you're overcoming, it means that you're discovering. You're exploring and discovering more and more of life. It's a glorious creation that we get to be a part of. As human beings, we're living the world wrong, guys. I mean, this is so simple and obvious. It's happened all around the world, but if people allow their government to keep secrets, it becomes like a legal conspiracy to keep the people stupid. We gotta change the rules, man. That's the only way freedom's going to be shared completely, is if we rewrite the rules of society so that honorable people rise to influence, not these corrupted, greedy motherfuckers. Excuse my language. Come on, Jack. Do better. Sorry.
What do you call someone that's living backwards, Jack?
I want to say stupid, but oftentimes it's just deceived or misinformed. And that's
Spell
what
evil.
Please?
Spell live backwards.
Evil. Backwards. Hey, there I get what you're saying. Yeah. Those who live backwards live unrighteously. Those who live unrighteously perform evil. Evil does not win against life. The natural order for life is righteousness and justice. But mankind, especially in America, I am speaking from here, we've been deceived, guys. We got to do something. Oh, stand with truth to overcome the lies. The reason the lies are so abundant, there hasn't been accountability. people aren't being held accountable for telling lies just when they violate some perception of some code or policy. But we've literally given people in paid positions, which are under the illusion of serving the public, they can legally lie to you. The cop that pulls you over, everyone is fucking crazy. Hey, we got another guest showing up. Let me welcome back our friend Truther Cop. How are you, brother?
Greetings, Mr. I mean, I'm doing great. Other than the moment that I came in here, you're saying, "What, a cop can what? What?"
I was getting profane. I'm sorry. Yeah, that just man. I'm getting better because I've had a really profane mouth and language much of my life. I am working to clean it up. But you know, some things in the world, to describe them accurately, they are profane. Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, I love that.
There you go.
Bumper
Live without
sticker.
fear, Jack. That's what they say.
Live without fear. It looks gorgeous. And livewithoutfear.com. Oh, that's right.
You
How
got both
about
of
that?
them. There you go.
Oh, holy cows, man. Check Talcott.com. Hey, for those who see that and may have interest, let me know, right? And maybe we can come up with some ways for some more.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely print those up all day long. We just gonna, negotiate the terms and conditions.
I love it.
Whatever. But I think people will be interested. Why wouldn't you want a Jack Talcott Live Without Fear or Holy Cows Man bumper sticker, dude?
Dude, these, well, yes. My hope is very soon there will be a large demand for the merchandise. It's just getting started, Stripe. This is just a step in the right direction, but there's some that are designed for sure. Oh, God bless. Okay, thank you, man.
I mean, since there's such demand already, Jack, I mean, it costs a bit to print those things. So it's like $3.33 for the printing, $3.33 for me, and $3.33 for you per sticker. I mean, $9.99, I think. How's that sound?
Sounds reasonable.
All right. Well, get in touch with Jack and you can get the payment information to y'all. We'll start getting these bumper stickers out. Imperious apparently wants one.
We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. Oh, that would be a good one too. It was misunderstanding. Tommy got me riled up that day, man. Oh,
I don't think I saw this episode. Maybe like you and Lumitami with like some emotional facial expression. It was a misunderstanding. JackTalcott.com, something like this on a bumper sticker.
yeah, something like that. It was on Illumitami's channel. I think he claimed he was going to mediate between me and Margot, and it did not go well. And then I started yelling, misunderstanding, over and over. Jack did a deal with the devil? No, man, no. It's a little bit high. I won't deny that, but here's the reality. My intent really is to find a way to just generously share some of these things. And I think it'll happen. That's the right direction for me. And we'll find a way. I got ideas. Many different things. Hey, and actually, well, my mind went to after after I can get a breakthrough, there will be a lot greater demand for merchandise. And
You already have a breakthrough, Jack. Truth or Cop has your fucking bumper sticker on his car, bro. Get real.
that is a huge milestone. But you also, if I'm not mistaken, have a Jim Bob one too.
Oh, yeah, I can show you that one. That's a good one.
It is a good one. I enjoy it. And the website. The website was something else.
BoohooChat.com. Yeah, I made that the troll Jim Bob because about flow state, and it was like it was that whole timeline about boob chats, whatever. Forget about it. Mad by Jim Bob.
At boohoochats.com. Yeah,
Phoebe
Mad
spilled my
by
milk. Aw, poor Will Jim Bob. He's so sad.
Mad by Jim Bob. Boohoochats.com. Yeah. I don't know the references, but you know what, guys? We're a part of a crazy story. And I think things are about to get more wild and more greater. Because we're on the right side. Jesse, Truth or Cop, folks tuning in, Imperious, Sam Uplinder. I mean, all of you guys who are here, who've been here. There's an incredible story of humanity that's continuing to be written. And the parts we're playing, we've been called to the right side, to the side of truth, right? To the side of caring about others. Oh yeah, and then we've also got JG here. Welcome, JG. How are you today, my friend? I don't know what it is. You're muted if you're trying to talk, but that's fine. Welcome back. Have you guys seen, what was the news I watched? Donald Trump and some of the lies he is saying and some of the people he's got still on his right hand. What's that guy I think he's in the economics. Lutner, what's his
I was
name?
going to say Schwab.
Huh?
I was thinking of Klaus Schwab.
No, the guy he's all over the Epstein file. He was an appointment. He's right there with Trump all the time.
Howard Lutnick.
That's
the guy that brought his kids to Epstein Island and said, "Yeah, we got a whole bunch of kids," and just named ages.
Thank you. That is who I was trying to think of. We've got Lutnick right there. We've got all this influence from these tech boy billionaires. And then there's so much evidence of influence from AIPAC. And the results of the influence from AIPAC are kind of shown in our continuing funding of Israel as Israel continues to violate past peace agreements and threaten the direction forward in current peace agreements. Brothers and sisters, I think there's some problems happening that we can solve.
You know, a lot of those problems, Jack, a lot of those problems that are going on with Israel and the Middle East is because of the Bible.
Well, it's because of beliefs, indoctrinated beliefs. I know I've seen maybe some of the extreme examples, but some of the things that the population of Israel, some of those beliefs are sick. Some of the traditions that people believe in are a bunch of nonsense, and it's resulting in suffering, human suffering. And it's all because of corrupted ideas that people are willing to fight for. I'm willing to fight for what's true. And I was thinking about this more recently, guys. I can say without a doubt in my mind that I'm following the way of Jesus. in my life. He showed me how to live. He led the way. He's the path and the way that I've been practicing. And this idea of peace on earth comes through following him, faith in
Yeah.
God.
I was like, recently I was listening to contemplating about the three wise men following that northern star. And I was reminded by JG's image here. What star was that? It's not even conclusive, but I was thinking it might be the northern star, which is where you get the Big Dipper swirling around through the seasons, which is where that image that JG is representing derives from. It's the four seasons, right? But then they twist it into their own meaning and try to make it mean something bad. I'm not sure what JG's point is with it, but
Well, this world is built on, it's all symbolic. Everything symbolizes meaning to the inner conscious of us. But people have been trying to manipulate and control beliefs, putting all sorts of ideas into people's heads, right? Teaching children what things mean and who is right. No, what is right and who is wrong. Yeah, dirty lowlife, you said it. Inversionism. The way of the dark is to grasp the light and distort it, to hide it, to give it a different look, a different meaning, a different purpose. That's the danger in this real world that we live in, is corruption can happen if we don't look out for one another. And that which is created for good can easily be twisted into evil. Look at our government. Look at our banking system, right? It's all built on a pile of lies. I think God wants us to bring order into this chaos that's happening. The chaos happens when people are divided and fractured. And internally, many people are fractured and divided. They've got all these contradictions and conflicts. Speaking of, I'm getting texts from our buddy Snafu right now. Conflicts and contradictions.
and now JG's got I think the Star of David. See, I can't trace down what the North Star was, or not. Sorry, not the North. The three men followed a star that showed them where Jesus was when he was born. They saw it happening, but there's no conclusive proof about what that star was. And I thought it might be the Northern Star that never moves, but then there's references to the Southern Cross, and now G's got the Star of David. I mean, what is the Star of David? The Northern Star? I forget.
It seems I did hear an explanation, but I can't recall what I heard. The explanation of the wise men. It may not have been a physical light, although they did say it was a star in the sky, didn't they? Maybe it was a UFO that led them to where they were supposed to go. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm. JD comes to drop ancient star symbolism and then just dips out, man. What was that? Didn't say a word.
He's living his life. He's an interesting cat. I'm not sure his purpose, and I don't know if he has clarity yet either. And AJ said this just as I was thinking.
Sorry, AJ. Jeez, dude. Sorry, bro.
Well, there is a lot of mystery, seriously, in the stories of old. In the various cultures, there's connections. There's one source of life, right, that's living with us and through us and for us all. Well, it's not living for us, it is for us. Golly geez, guys, Jesus was right. There's a God that is just so unbelievable. That's what the problem is.
And shout out to Jesse Howe. I haven't seen him in forever. I mean, it's been months since you guys have talked, right?
Yes, he's been away. And actually, I muted you, Jesse, because I think you're doing some work back there. We were getting some feedback, or some sound coming through.
Okay, I said a few things I didn't know you couldn't
Oh,
hear
I'm
me, so
sorry.
it's all good. Yeah, I hate truth or cop. It's good to share some space, and I've been kind of around, just kind of being a low profile as of lately, but it's good to share space here.
Yes, it is. Everything's coming together. That's the way the world works. And actually, earlier, Jesse was asking me to try and explain the peace and inner peace that I feel. Acceptance, right? In this world, especially as a man, in this society, especially in the military, you're taught, never surrender. You don't stop. Sports, athletics, business, whatever. You don't surrender. That's for pussies. That's for cowards, right? So what we want to surrender is anything that is denying us from accepting responsibility. Right? If we're not feeling happy or joyful, we got to accept responsibility. Why? What's wrong? It's not, it might be what's wrong with me, but more so it's what's wrong with my perspective, what's wrong with my choices, because our choices lead us to where we are. What I found is here, the way of Jesus. I think the simplest way that makes sense to me, his commandment was to love, right? And I believe that's the design from God. We're here to be with love, regardless of the situation. And the reality is, the more love you can feel, the more love you can find, the more love you can share, the less you want to sin. The idea of sin is just absurd. It's like, be cruel? No. Steal? No. Cheat? No. Right? It's just not worth it. Because you're filled with love. And this comes back to the other topic, the idea of, with the power of our mind, we can focus on what's lacking, what we're missing. And that's the way this economy works, right? It's driven on people's want to consume, which means they've got to earn, and to earn, they got to produce. So we're on these hamster wheels, guys, created by the bankers, sold us a real life game of Monopoly, while these other characters put on costumes and suits and send children off to murder other children. It's time for the world to change, guys. I'm all in. Jesse, you've got a great connection. You know a lot of people. I want to get something going, because there's got to be a way. There's so many people that are reporting on, exposing the corruption. We've got all the evidence we need, right? I believe we've got the answers collectively, especially if people join together, the people who are in the know. And if we can have faith that we can change it, we're going to find a way. I think the most direct path is through the current actors in Washington, D.C., and Congress and the House. And then from there, we get all the other state and corporate leaders together, and we talk about how the changes are going to happen. Right?
It's
I think
interesting that Hollywood would dissolve when Trump, who pushes all the world as a stage, comes into power again. Especially his second term, Hollywood is just done. Nobody's going to movies, and malls are dead. Now the actors are in DC and they're saying as much. And shout out to Trump for at least saying it. The world is a stage. He's like pointing at it over and over again. Central casting.
Dude, he is such an obvious liar, though. He shows the clear patterns of a manipulator, and all he does is focuses on trying to control the narrative. I mean, the latest fiasco with the reflecting pond.
Yes, I was going to mention that. Yeah. Did you see the two clips juxtaposed where a month before he was like, oh, nobody could slash it even if they had a knife? And then he's like, oh, they used a knife to slash it. And like it was like a month later, he was like, oh, it'll last for 50 years, the paint job and this and that. Nobody could slash it with a knife if they tried. And then then it was right after. He's like, somebody slashed it with a knife and they pulled it up.
Dude, this is just, I mean, we're suffering with incompetence needlessly. And unfortunately, what the incompetence in DC is doing is literally affecting people all around the world. And a missing mod regarding this comment: wars will never stop. The Bible confirms that. If you believe the Bible anyway, well, that's not entirely true. And you caught it, not until the end. And we are there. We are watching the self-destruction of the systems that people used to trust. There's a lot of corruption being exposed. So we are at the end, and the end brings a beginning. That's how God works. And it was foretold that there would be a new beginning where God's love, in the name of Jesus, right, rules the world. Well, fulfillment of my goals. If you're willing to help support this idea, despite what you remember in the Bible, I actually believe I'm following Jesus with my goals to try and end legal secrecy and the immorality of profitable wars, profitable debts, profitable exploitation. We're better than that.
Hey, JC wants to fucking follow my lore hardcore, dude. I don't even know who this guy is because my tent got slashed at the People's Convoy thing. I slashed a bunch of bikers' tents, dude. My tent was slashed, dude. And then they blame me for it, Jack. I get back and they're like, you slashed your tent to make a scene. I was like, nobody asked me if I was okay. I come back, my tent slashed, and they accuse me of fucking slashing. It was amazing, dude.
You've had an adventure too. You have. I've heard a few of your stories, and you've been living an adventure for sure. Hey, Kenny Given with the contributions, and I won't disagree with this comment. Matter of fact, I do kind of agree. There is a mental disorder that can be identified as Trump derangement syndrome. There are, patterns and symptoms you can identify, but there's another aspect. Trump's derangement, his mental disorder is a problem too, right? The guy's not right in his head. He's really not.
That Trump derangement syndrome goes both ways, right? People will support him no matter what he says or does, and people will hate him no matter what he says or does. Instead of judging a person by their actions, by their merits, by what they say, it's just it doesn't matter. It's, evil no matter what. And so that's where that mental illness comes. And when he is deranged, it's hard for people that follow him to not follow a deranged path.
Yeah. It does work both ways, and I'm glad you reminded me of that, because there was something else I was amazed by, how people can still be so loyal after all the evidence. I mean, on Facebook, I don't have a lot of diehard MAGA friends anymore, but there's a couple I'm still connected to online, and it's like, holy shit, This guy has no clue what he's saying or what he's sharing. The guy I'm connected to, who's in support of Donald Trump.
The Donald Trump hits like an interesting class of people who are like working towards awakening to God fully, in my opinion, and then like it's like Alex Jones steps in and like entertains them to stay there instead. You know, the animal farms. It's a weird crowd because the people that Donald Trump appeals to are like more rational than the people in the streets who protest, in my opinion. Might not be popular here, but they're still like held in captivity with lies, I guess, you know, and misbeliefs.
Well, it's a result of the world today. Kenny is asking, tell us about this evidence, the evidence of Trump's. Well, I view patterns of dishonesty as an individual not to trust, right? And if someone shows patterns of dishonesty, and Trump's patterns have been well documented, well checked, there's a lot of evidence that he doesn't speak the truth, and he's surrounded by enablers. So a bunch of yes men, yes boss, right, don't want to piss him off, and they want to keep their loyalty, and that's how a psychopath protects themselves. They protect themselves with others, right? And so we've got all these people that are not thinking clearly. They're not thinking about the job they're doing for the people. They're thinking about their glory. What Donald Trump represents is wealth and authority, not the American freedom, not safety, not peace. Donald Trump represents wealth and authority because that's what he thinks is important.
Isn't that what America's become?
Well, that's
all about wealth and authority.
That's the brainwashing. The plantation owners teach the workers it's all about authority. You may outnumber us, but you can't change this. It's in the rule book, don't you know? I mean, it's like the world has paid to brainwash itself collectively. We've promoted it. We've supported it. The advertisement, the mind control, the celebrity status. It's like God's allowing mankind to play the silly games. Any silly games that we want, we can play. And there's a lot of people that are playing some pretty sick games that affect real people's lives. I mean, I haven't paid closely. I saw a little snippet of news. Apparently, there was a bill passed where it was apparently both sides, Democrats and Republicans, worked together on some sort of housing act in order to protect these capital investors from hoarding up the private, single family homes and making first-time home ownership out of reach. Well, so anyway, Congress finally appears to do something in the right direction. And friggin' Trump cancels the signing ceremony because he wants that voting act passed, Save America Act or some crap like that. Guys, we got psychopaths, clear selfishness, clear greed. It's being put out in the spotlight, shown to us on TV. I don't think that should be right, honestly.
Did somebody say psychopaths?
Welcome, Zill. How are you?
What's going on, you suckers? Yeah, what's up?
This has been Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. has been a safe place for the corrupted to gather together and to look out for one another. as they try to trip each other up. It's just such a dysfunctional mess. But the reality is, let's take some of the ideals and some of the symbolism that we were sold and let's make it real. Let's turn that government house into the people's house, and let's get those people in public service pointed in the right direction rather than serving the corporations and Citizen United, right? The lobbyists. How about
Yeah.
we call them together?
Okay, let's jump on a group call right now.
How do we make that happen? Real life.
All right, well, you can start a conference call. We can start sharing phone numbers in the private chat right back here, and we can jump on a call right now.
Do you know how to reach any of these people that would be able to help us accomplish this? You have those phone numbers?
Let me look. Let me look in my Rolodex. 1 second.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's an idea. I mean, I believe if we could achieve this idea of interrupting the current economic, political corruption, I think we could save a lot of human lives. And isn't that what we're here to do, is to save and help one another, to serve God, to serve one another?
Yeah, and in fact, you could even say you're guilty if we don't jump on the phone right now and stop it. We got to stop it, dude.
Is that what you're saying, or is that what God's saying? Because I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that spirit right now.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, what I am,
Jack. Okay.
what I am really interested is some real life adult conversations. I realize it may not seem initially, it may seem kind of too out of reach, but when you start examining things, you can see it ain't that complicated. You just got to get the right people involved. And so maybe maybe it's not you, but maybe you know the right people who might want to help this happen.
Jack, let's take advantage of the organization you've already done. Look, you got people here and in chat. So just ask the chat, hey guys, you guys know people? Get me in touch, right, Jack? Just reach out right now.
Well, I've been asking for that for several years.
Do it again, sucker.
Yeah, please. Anyone who is open to these ideas and you're interested in trying to brainstorm and maybe want to try and be a part of ending wars and convincing others to bring reforms, give me a call. Share my number. I'm happy to talk with anyone who might be serious, for sure. And really what I am hoping for is introductions. So if you know someone, help facilitate an introduction, please.
Nice, dude. See? Wasn't so bad. There you go. You guys got his number. Roll back the tape, suckers. You know what to do. You write that number on bathroom stalls and you tell them where they can find a good time. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guys. Don't do that.
Well, yeah, you don't have to participate. Rose, I wouldn't be surprised. Lalo came up a few times, and I know he's got the personality. He seems to have the personality, and I know he does have connections, but he didn't seem to agree with the idea, the reason I'm hoping to speak with others. So far, I've had challenges with that.
Is he being stingy, Jack? Is he being stingy? You got to lean on him a little bit.
No, I trust in God. I trust in God to.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you can do that. Yeah.
To lead me, because as I said, I truly believe that ending secrecy helps fulfill the prophecy. It would be the return of righteous living here on earth when we stop supporting the oppression.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Kenny, brother, you are mistaken. There is every reason to end wars. There is every reason to end wars and to bring peace, because the West and Israel have been acting as state terrorists in the greater Islamic regions, right? There's a reason there's things the way they are. And the only way we can make things right is if we overcome the disagreements and we stop with this enemy nonsense. This was one of the notes I was considering earlier. It's going to happen with the people I've been facing, Snafu and others. Part of growing up, you got to get past your dislike of people who don't agree with you. Right? We've got so many people judging the human being as unworthy and just trash because they have an idea, they have a belief that's different. Whether you're talking the left to the right to the left, to Christian to Muslim, whatever. It's a bunch of nonsense. As Jesus said, love your enemy. And when you truly align with Christ, you have no enemy other than the lies that the world chooses over the truth. That's my enemy.
Yeah. You guys heard it. And don't bring that enemy around here. You suckers. Tell him, Jack.
Well, I chase the enemy out of myself. I'm no longer an enemy to my happiness. I have found the path and the way. It's been taught by many different traditions and different customs. The path and the way is to be with love.
Obviously. But I can't believe these people don't know that. It's like everybody knows love is the best and the coolest thing. Like why would you even be out there and being a liar? Right, Imperious?
Well, a lot of people in this world don't actually understand love. They have this belief in a God of power and control and punishment. And so that's how they fight to live. They fight for control and power. And, they're always worried or focusing on punishment. And that's what drives love away.
It is, and it's a lack of something too. Something is lacking, and they're seeking to fill that, or they're seeking to make up for something. You know what I mean, Jack?
Yes. It's the mindset of focusing on lack. When we focus on lack, it can drive us nuts.
Exactly. Some guys focus on lack so much that they get these big silly pickup trucks because they think that's gonna make up for what they're lacking, right? Oh man, that's funny, right?
Yeah. Or a stockpile of guns, or a big swollen bank account, or a fast car.
Yeah.
People go to the material thinking that's where they're going to find fulfillment.
Yep. And it's not going to change what's in the pants. It's not.
Well, it's in the heart.
That's what I meant. The heart. That's not going to change that. That either. Not that either.
Well, truly, if you have only love in your heart for who you are and where you are and how you are you not winning?
Right? Because don't you want to share love with others? Otherwise, what are you, a scumbag?
That's the whole point. We're here to grow and share what we can grow and share. A lot of people grow and share their limitations, their beliefs, their fears, their sadness. I mean, people love to get together and share all sorts of things, whether it's anger or sadness. It's more fun to share celebrations and wisdom.
I just
Kenny
found some
Given.
wisdom. And Kenny
Oh,
Given, good to see you. I think that Zilzone might be interested in this book. It's The Power of Silence.
Good one.
there is great power in silence. But please, welcome to you, Kenny. Kenny Given Show. How are you today, brother?
Hi, Jack. I'm good. I'm good. Just been having some ice cream. It's still 33 degrees here in London, even though it's 10 o'clock at night.
Ooh, still hot.
Yeah.
Man.
29 degrees. So
still
yes.
pretty warm. Welcome.
Mhm.
Hey, are you open to discussing the Trumpster, the Godfather?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, because we clearly have some different views. It's the same man, right?
But
Same
that's allowed, though. Having different views is permitted. That's allowed.
Yeah.
We don't have to agree on everything.
But we want to agree where we can and with what's true.
Okay.
Right? My biggest criticism, like I said, is his dishonesty. He ran on a campaign specifically talking about exposing the rest of the conspiracy involved with Epstein. He didn't do that. Matter of fact, he has been the biggest stumbling block in it, despite, he likes blaming others. And then the other bigger one is he was saying no wars. He was claiming he deserved the Peace Prize, and he did. He got that soccer Peace Prize. Kenny,
That was hilarious. That was so ridiculous.
does that make sense, Kenny? I mean, how do you overcome those two? Because those to me are pretty big. Saying I'm anti-war and the Epstein stuff, and then going against those two. What's your
Well,
answer?
I did say yesterday that I'm more in agreement with what Charlie Kirk said to Donald Trump, that more should be released and more should be done.
All right. There's one orange buffoon in the way.
I never once said that I agree with everything that Donald Trump says and does.
Yeah, they always do this, Jack.
I think he was.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Somebody said they always do this. Who's they?
That was Zilzone. I'm saying to your stupid face, they always do this. Go ahead.
That was Zilzone, and it. Please, sorry for the interruption. Hey, actually, please, just a moment while you are paused. Snafu, I see you in the back. I told you in text, you're not coming back.
If Zilzone's saying they always do this, in other words, they always say that they don't agree with everything that Donald Trump says and does, that means that they are quite flexible and open-minded then.
I just want to hear you say tongue twister because your accent is funny.
Holy cows. Sorry,
As with the Iran war, Jack, I believe that was a just war. But I think Trump...
Hey, raise your hand if you are listening to Kenny.
Miscalculated the situation.
Please,
it was a just war.
Based upon what was the justification besides Bibi Netanyahu wanted
Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon.
Right, and they were actually making forward
to be able to, and it cannot continue to be able to fund its terrorist proxies in the Middle East and destabilize the region.
I know that's what they tell us. But do you remember that right at the time of the attack, there was
That's what they tell us, Jack. So are you denying that Iran was funding Hamas?
Kenny?
Are you denying that Iran was funding Hamas?
Do you remember that they were in negotiations, Kenny? Do you remember that they were in negotiations regarding the nuclear situation at the time that the U.S. and Israel attacked them? Do you remember that?
It wasn't Iran that was funding
I
Hamas.
think
It was
Donald Trump
Netanyahu.
yeah, I think Donald Trump and Netanyahu were outsmarting the IRGC, knowing that they were not going to agree to any negotiations anyway, because they never have in 47 years. The
Kenny,
IRGC have never agreed
Kenny,
to any negotiations.
Kenny,
They've
please.
only pretended to. That's the whole. That's the
Uh-huh.
jihadist mindset. It's they call it takiya.
Uh-huh.
It's gaslighting.
I
Donald
don't
Trump and
feel like,
Benjamin Netanyahu done the fucking right thing.
well, I don't feel like we're actually having a conversation anymore.
Well, you asked me my thoughts on it, and I've told you my thoughts on it.
I understand, but you don't seem interested in what I'm trying to offer you. That it kind of goes against what you're saying. But that's okay.
Cool. Okay, I'll listen.
Well, from what I've seen, there's been a lot of propaganda specifically from Benjamin Netanyahu, crying wolf for how long, 30 years or more, that Iran is so close, so close. And the past presidents didn't really buy into it because there had been inspections, there had been negotiations. Prior to Trump backing out of it, I believe there was already a deal in place. But see, Donald Trump is going in, wrecking havoc, creating bigger problems, and he's telling us lies. The whole world is being lied to. There's no reason for wars.
Jack,
Never
you
has
were
been.
going to tell me something why that I was wrong about Donald Trump and Netanyahu were right to go to war against Iran, but you haven't come up with anything. You've just said they're telling lies, but you've not given any example of the lies.
So tell you what,
you always do that. You always be too generalized in
We
what you
literally
say.
just had a
You
perfect
constantly accuse
example of
people
one.
of telling lies, but you
Kenny,
never claim to know what the truth
Kenny,
is.
control
Kenny,
What's the
yourself,
truth?
Kenny. Control your emotions, Kenny. Okay?
please
Can you
pause.
can you be a big
Bill,
boy and do that, Kenny?
Bill, please. Right direction.
we actually we did have a specific example. Are we talking about Donald Trump still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the reflecting pool. There's a clip a month ago from before the tent got slashed. Before the pool got slashed at the bottom, he literally said you could take a knife along it and you couldn't even peel it up if you tried or make it leak. Then a month later, he's literally out the other side of his mouth saying, "Oh, they damaged it with a knife." I can probably find this if you need that specific example.
Well, that was an example of a lie. Kenny and I had been talking about the attacks on Iran. That to me was a bigger one. But see,
Oh yeah,
Kenny,
it's so convoluted there. You can't.
What
It's hard to
was
tell
the
because we're not in
example of the
Iran.
lie?
the pool, the reflecting pool, he's just making up excuse after excuse. He's playing a victim. It's those liberals
Tell me
that are
about the
trying.
reflecting pool.
Huh?
Tell me about the reflecting pool lie.
Well, okay, he did a no-bid contract. He got one of his buddies in to do the work, $14 million expense to the taxpayers, as I understand. And not only did they use apparently the wrong material, they didn't do it right, putting in the painting of the darker color. And let's not forget, Donald Trump drove the friggin' motorcade into the middle of the reflecting pool before they filled it with water, right? But now, after the algae starts blooming and they start, his people start pouring in all these chemicals into the water to fight the algae, well, now the paint is somehow coming off the bottom. And rather than accepting his poor choices, accepting responsibility that, hey, maybe we didn't hire the right guy or maybe we did something wrong, he's creating accusations. They arrested some guy who was just actually looking at the paint floating in the pool, and now they're putting up fencing around all this. Kenny, I'm sorry, man. It's a circus. It's an absolute circus that's happening.
Kenny, you don't live in the United States. Everybody's saying that, dude. What do you think about that? And you got a Trump boner.
Well,
Nasty
I don't think about
ass.
it.
Well, here's the thing. I know a lot of people want to have faith in him, right? Because at times he talks a good game, right? He acts all tough. But I recognize the symptoms. He's an insecure little bitch who's acting like a bully in one of the most powerful positions on earth.
But that's you.
Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is one of the most powerful positions on earth YouTube panels? JG, is that the insinuation you're making?
JG.
There's no need for that, Zilzone. Jack's a nice guy. Come on.
That was JG with the stuff. You know,
JG, that's bad. Come on. Jack's a nice guy.
thank you. You are too.
A little bit mixed up, a little bit confused, a little bit Trump derangement syndrome, but he's a nice guy.
Kenny, oh my God, you just described you. Nice guy.
I'm not confused. I'm not confused.
Well, you might be confused about how trustworthy that guy is.
Let me let you on a little secret, Jack. Let me let you in on a little secret. When I go and watch my football team play against another football team, right? And the football team that we are playing against are a bunch of dirty cheats. I want my football team to be even dirtier cheats to try and win the game. Here's the news. Here's the big news, hotshot. I don't like Donald Trump because I think he's honest. I like Donald Trump because he's my weapon against the destruction he's doing to the soul of the left. I like Donald Trump because of how much he's hurting the left. I despise the left.
Wow.
Right? That's why I like Donald Trump.
The hatred in your heart. Of course it's that, Kenny. It's just the hatred in your heart, bud.
Kenny, who hurt you? Who from the left hurt you?
Yeah, who hurt you, man? Come on. Come on.
This is not a personal thing. This is
actually,
I've noticed.
No,
the patterns I've noticed amongst the left.
Well, and actually, Kenny, I was just reminded
they're the most hateful people I've ever come across in my life. Look at the way they treat J.K. Rowling, for example.
Poor baby.
Zill, please.
You said J.K. Rowling?
Yeah, that's just one example of many.
She's the author of the Torah.
Isn't she? Is she the one that is? I don't want to assume, but is she the one that supports Zionism?
Yeah, that's the chick who created Harry Potter and the Torah. She's Jewish.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by supporting Zionism? Because I get accused of supporting Zionism just for believing Israel has a right to exist and defend itself.
Yeah.
In the playbook of the left, that makes me a Zionist.
Well, if you deny what that state is doing in defense of itself, it shows something, unfortunately.
Before standing up for Israel, you know, it used to be the right that would attack Israel. Like now all of a sudden it's like the right-wing thing to stand up for Israel. It's very strange.
That is strange. It's almost like people have been brainwashed.
Manipulated?
What about the question, does the Palestinians have the right to exist? Does the Palestinians have a right to defend themselves? Do the Palestinians have the same rights that these Zionists try to put on to the Zionists?
That is a question too. I mean, what's happening not just in Gaza, but with the settlers, kicking people out of their homes, destroying their art, their orchards. I mean, just being demonic. There is true evil happening under the guise of this state of Israel and the U.S. It's
All
not just
by
Donald
design.
Trump.
Well, the
All by
Palestinians
design.
were actually invented by the KGB.
Well, I've heard a number of things that, including that Benjamin Netanyahu, in order to create more support for himself, you fund weaker opposition. And so what may have started as a weaker opposition actually took a little hold and decided, hey, maybe we don't want this, right, imposed on us. Because see,
And that,
I'm actually anti-colonialism. And I guess in some ways that's anti-American.
And anti-cologne. Right?
Here, the way I see it, we've got a sickness here on earth, and and what happens is people make excuses to hurt other people. A lot of times it's just for a paycheck, right? It's just for the money. But
Yeah,
if we,
we're hamsters in the wheels for that dollar, Jack. We're spinning.
well, consider this. I've really been thinking about some of the things I've been saying. I've been talking about the suffering in the world. Earlier today, someone pointed out, he was talking about people choosing to stay ignorant, right? There's an ignorance that is natural, something that is unlearned, unfamiliar. You're ignorant of that knowledge, right? It's not in your wheelhouse. But then once you learn of something, people can choose to ignore it, choose to pretend they didn't see it, and that's chosen ignorance. And I
Jack,
think, well, real quick, sorry, I'll try to wrap up. I think chosen ignorance, what that is doing, it is choosing stupidity in support of evil. If we witness suffering and we ignore it, we choose to remain ignorant of the suffering we see. What we are doing is using stupidity in support of cruelty. I see the cruelty that's happening from Washington, D.C. and the state of Israel and these nation states are out of control.
Where are we going to put them?
Sorry, Talcott. Sorry about that.
What you got, JG?
I flew a sign, not even a cardboard sign. There was a piece of old furniture on the ground broken up, and I wrote on the side of it a whole bunch of truth on Judaism. I flew that sign for 20 minutes. Lady came up and gave me $100 and said thank you and walked away. Found my new career.
I love that.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you got rewarded, JG. That's funny.
I also had a Jew driving by me go insane. And I was like, "You're unattractive. Get away from me." And it drove her nuts. And she almost crashed into another car.
It's pretty weird for you to say.
Well,
oh, she was great, dude. Her nose was bigger than mine. It was huge, and she had weird eyes.
Yeah, right. You're doing the racist thing, so that's why I'm like,
yeah,
not into it.
Yeah,
and if you're gonna be racist, at least be funny, sucker. Seriously.
Well, what's racist? What's racist about what I'm saying?
Well, it appears, if I remember, I don't remember specifically, but you're trying to provoke. And maybe doing
I'm
so.
really not trying to. I'm not trying to provoke. That's your false narrative. I'm just telling the truth. I mean, they got it on the plot cameras in Eugene, Oregon.
Anyway, if we each learn and practice standing with the truth, admit what you do and don't know, and then you can align.
I've got some truth for you, baby. I've got some truth for you.
I think it could be today we could end all wars. It could be today. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
It's always
Who's
possible.
with me?
That's my purpose.
We're doing it today, boys.
Jesus is the unifying force, bringing out love. Kenny,
Doing
what do you
today,
got
boys.
going on?
I have something I'd like to read out.
Of course you do.
Okay.
Hey, nothing obscene or inappropriate, please. What are you
Look at
doing?
those nipples. Big nipples.
Oh,
Kenny,
Whoa.
I don't want that. Okay? Please.
okay.
That's that stuff I don't
Sorry.
like.
All right. Well, hold on. Question for you guys: big nipples or little nipples? Big breasts or little breasts?
Any size, brother.
Nah, big breasts and big nipples all day, all fucking day. Veiny breasts.
Medium for me. Medium.
I'm a gentleman, and I'll kick your ass.
Welcome
Okay,
to
let me
Pure-
read out a bit from this book,
Well,
The
Jack,
Palestinian
shut
Delusion
up.
by
Shut up your
Will
Palestinian
Spencer.
crap. I'm here for love with Jack. Jack, peace
No.
and love, sir. Shut up, you fucking serious politician.
Please be
Do you know,
polite.
Jack,
Did
peace
you know
and
the
love.
word-
I'm here for Jack. I'm not here to listen to some
I
Australian, or whatever he is.
You know that the
some
word
British
Palestine-
Australian idiot. I'm here for Jack.
Imperious. I realize that. And
I agree,
appreciate
Imperious.
that. I was going.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate. We're here for Jack. I'm here for
Well,
Jack's wisdom
because
and
I
grace and the
am here
light
for
of
Jack.
life
Jack-
of life that Jack portrays on this panel. That's what I'm fucking here for, Jack.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you.
unbeatable.
Wars.
It's unbeatable. And
We're ending
Imperious
wars,
made
boys.
he made a comment in the chat saying he'd pay $100 for that bumper sticker, Jack.
I would for that bumper,
I wanna
dude. Put
see it.
Jack's picture on it too. I
Okay,
want a
I'll
picture
do
of
that.
Jack Talcott on that bumper sticker, smiling. I want
With the Jack's
Jack.
team.
Jack, can look at Jack? You can even pay me, and I'll license out your image and likeness to other companies. Jack, we can get you some money, Jack. Like I swear to God, this can start a revolution, Jack. You know how they were putting like pictures of Biden on everything on like gas pumps and stuff. We should put stickers of Jack over everything.
Yeah.
And then people would be like, what is this?
For Jack. Yeah.
Yeah, and what we do is we make it like a subliminal kind of undercover like movement, Jack, where like we put your picture, everyone doesn't know who's this guy, and they search you out, Jack. You know, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean that could go viral.
Jack,
You
it's
know
like
about
one of those
viral, right,
movies,
Jack?
those viral marketing campaigns, Jack.
Exactly.
Viral marketing campaign for Talcott.
Let's get back to Jack bumper stickers. I friggin' love it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Let's
Can I
get back
read
to the
part of
bumper
this book?
stickers.
No,
Jack,
Jack, I got one that you should put on, Jack. I got a bumper
Do you
sticker.
prefer truth or do you prefer this clown show here?
Jesus, Jack, can you calm
Imperious.
this guy down? He's very
Imperious.
angry.
Imperious,
You,
please.
Imperious,
I know-
please.
Kenny, please. I know you're here for me, Imperious. I was inviting Kenny to give us a brief read. So
Jack, I
let's
don't need
read.
this downer, this nonsense,
Let's-
Jack. I'm here for love and positivity.
And I am too. So please, let's be respectful and let's listen to another side of this story. Go ahead, Kenny, please.
Okay. In fact, the word Palestinians was more often applied to Jews than to Muslim Arabs. During the Mandate period, some Arabs rejected the term, explaining, "We are not Palestinians, we are Arabs. The Palestinians are the Jews." Anouni Bey Abdul Hadi, an Arab Muslim leader, regarded the term with the same disdain, telling the Peel Commission in 1937, "There is no such country as Palestine. Palestine is a term that Zionists invented. There is no Palestine in the Bible, that's true. Our country was for centuries part of Syria. In 1946, the Arab American historian Philip Hitti testified before the 1946 Anglo-American Committee of Inquiry. There is no such thing as Palestine in history, absolutely not, meaning that there has never been a nation bearing this name. After World War II, the situation hadn't changed. In May 1947, a representative of the Arab Higher Committee declared before the United Nations General Assembly that Palestine was part of the province of Syria politically. The Arabs part of Palestine were not independent in the sense of forming a separate political entity. On April 12, 1948, King Abdullah of Transjordan stated at a meeting of the Arab League that Palestine and Transjordan were one. By the early 1960s, however, the situation had changed and changed drastically. The 1963 draft constitution of the Palestine Liberation Organization refers matter of fact to Palestinians as if they were a distinct and readily identifiable people. All the Palestinians
Can we call this now? Like,
are
that's too
natural
much.
members of the Liberation
enough.
Organization.
Well,
Yeah,
Can you mute him while
Yeah.
I'm reading? Mute
how
him
much-
while I'm reading, please.
actually, Kenny, how much longer are we going with this? Because I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, nobody
Right.
did.
Yeah, no one
no
asked for
one
your
really asked for
bullshit,
this at
and you're
all.
wrong about because
Now
again,
you're getting the truth.
Jack,
You're
can I
starting to
actually
reject
give him
it.
a fact? Can I give him a fact,
Imperial.
Jack?
It's
Can I
only
give him
another.
an actual
Listen,
fact?
it's only another 5 minutes, 2 minutes,
Kenny,
another few minutes. It's no
No,
long.
no, you
What
don't have
is-
that
It's not
long
half
for a
page. No,
monologue.
you should have
No.
5 minutes.
5
You
minutes,
don't.
2
It's
minutes,
Jack's
another
show.
few minutes. Don't
It's
you give up the
Jack's
truth,
show.
guys.
Let him decide.
No, you're cut off, Kenny.
Bill,
No, you're no more.
Shut up.
Kenny, I'm not really getting what you're reading. It's a lot of
The
information.
point is, there's no
You're
such
trying
country
to-
as Palestine. The
Congratulations,
Palestinians were invented by the KGB
Kenny.
in the 1960s
Okay,
to demonize the nation of
congratulations.
Israel and demonize the Jews and turn the
Kenny.
area of Palestine against
Uh-huh.
the state of Israel.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kenny, do you realize that they are intentionally starving and murdering children? Israel is. Do you not get that? I'm not going to argue this shit.
Jack, can I say one
Israel
thing?
has no
You want
right.
do you want a discussion about the truth? Yes or no, Jack?
Yeah,
Or do
I'll
you
give
just
you
want to
truth.
speak
I'll
your
give you. Can
own
I say one
propaganda?
thing before I have to go, Jack? Because before I have to
Please.
go.
Because if
Go
you're
ahead,
going to
Kenny.
shut me up and just spout your own
Yeah, I'll
propaganda,
shut you up right
Please.
now that you were
Forward.
wrong.
Please,
In
Imperius, go ahead.
135, Jack, can I say something, or does this guy,
Yes.
the Australian, just
Yes.
dominate everything? I'll beat
Please.
this
Who
little
the
Australian
fuck
queer's ass. I'll beat his
Go
little
ahead,
queer
Imperius.
Australian
And they were
ass.
called
Jack,
the
can I say something now?
Philistines. They were
Jack,
the Philistines in the Bible.
No, can I say something for once, Jack,
Yes.
please? Thank you. Jack, he's completely wrong. In 135 CE, the Common Era, the Emperor Hadrian renamed Judea to Syria Palestina. You are a fucking idiot, dude. Kenny, you're a stupid fucking Australian. You're
Hey,
not even
hey,
human,
hey.
you fucking moron.
Stop. Imperius, no reason for the
No, but he's, dude, if you should be, if
Stop.
you're proven wrong, you should have a
Please.
bullet to the back of your head. I'm
Stop.
tired of these fucking, I'm tired of,
Imperius, I'm muting you.
Down.
Okay. Now,
okay,
actually,
little
this
one.
brings an interesting question in, because part of what I'm saying earlier today, to stand with the truth, to overcome the lies, it's time for people to confront the liars. Now, how do you know?
a liar, Jack.
No,
you are
I
a
am
liar.
not.
Did Hadrian not rename it?
I am not.
Calling that
Imperius-
okay, calling that area, that region, Palestina, isn't the same as there being a country called Palestine.
It was called the governance of Judea and
Just now.
Syria. It was actually changed in 135 to Syria Palestina. Palestina means Palestine in
Syria,
Latin.
Palestina. Syria,
It
Palestina. So it became Syria and
It was the government.
Transjordan.
It was the that was the fucking region, the Roman region, Syria
Please.
The
Palestina.
region, correct.
Why
a region
are you
is
telling
different
me
from
my
a country.
history?
A
Why are you
region
telling
is
me my history? I'm an Italian.
Please calm down.
Why is he telling me my country's history? I'm Italian. I have a citizenship, Jack.
A region and a country are not the same two things.
What is going on?
So a
The
state.
Italians are
So
dominating.
he
the
doesn't
world, Jack.
understand
It's okay,
that
just
states
relax.
make up the U.S. just like governed regions made up Rome. He's a
It's just-
fucking idiot.
It's
You're
just
not
two
white,
chickens
Kenny.
fighting, Jack.
You're not
It's just
white,
two
Kenny.
chickens.
You'll never be white, Kenny.
Imperius, this is not helping.
Whoa! Whoa!
Phil,
He's a Jew.
God bless. Thank you, Imperius. I am not going to have this continuing, okay? We can have discussions. I mean, shit, all we're trying to do is discuss things from the past, okay? I mean, it led us to where we are. And Kenny, this idea that Israel has a right to defend itself.
Yeah, go on, Jack.
For how long?
Go on.
They've already destroyed 60% of the area. They've totally taken over territory, destroyed infrastructure. These people are in Gaza are currently living in an open air
Hamas
prison.
booby trapped every other house.
Kenny,
Every residential property was booby trapped by Hamas.
Kenny.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
We can do the research right now. I can.
Tell you what, Kenny. Doesn't matter. We're clearly not
of residential properties in Gaza were booby trapped by Hamas.
We're witnessing someone in their feelings. We're witnessing someone in their feelings. We don't need to join them with ours.
I see that. Thank
you. Ooh, that's a good one.
But I think it might be time to move on from conversations, because this enabling and defending Trump right now, if you can't see, you can't see. And I can't force you to look. All right? You're not.
I've got the facts here. I've got the facts here. There.
You're going to the facts that you want, Kenny.
Kenny, you're so emotional, dude.
Of the buildings in Gaza were booby trapped by Hamas.
Okay.
That's why there's so much destruction.
Great. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate what you brought. Okay. I'm going to take a break.
Thanks a lot, Kenny. You busted.
Uncle Fatty, welcome back to you.
Good to see you, brother. Doing well. Doing well.
What's up, suckers?
You know, one thing about truth, right, is it usually comes with accountability, right?
Ideally.
Oh, good spot, brother.
That's if people press charges.
Well, this is the problem. We've created this world where we have the illusion of free speech, and all we do is enable people to tell their lies. And it's gotten to the point that nobody knows what's going on anymore. I don't claim to be an expert on the history of Palestine and Israel. I know that it's atrocious to murder children.
Hey, you're right about that, Jack. I gotta say, we gotta give him that.
I don't know.
It's mad that it takes stating it out loud.
There's one thing that Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu have never done in their entire lives, and that's taken accountability for anything wrong that they've ever done, ever.
What's accountability? I've never heard of it.
Like just admitting that you're wrong, period. Right? Just admitting that you may have failed at something, and that you could rework your situation, or even just kind of retweak how you're looking at something, right? No, it's double down, triple down, quadruple down, rationalize, justify, deflect, and redirect.
Right.
What else?
And lie. So Uncle Fett lie a ton and create a cult and brainwash people. So Uncle Fatty, what do you think we're going to do about these people out here who are acting all crazy like this? How do we change their mind?
Well, based on what Uncle Fatty said, like, I'm going to admit where I was short earlier. I said $9.99 for that bumper sticker, and immediately Imperi said he'd give $100 if Jack's face was on. So I think it's $99.99 per bumper sticker at this point.
Hey, Kenny, welcome back.
Hello.
Did you have a good cry?
Yeah, so somebody mentioned that killing children is wrong.
Yes.
What about the children that Hamas have killed?
Yeah, that's wrong too.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wrong.
One doesn't justify
It's going to be wrong at the same time, right?
Yes.
We have to.
Let me tell you guys some facts here. The civilian to combatant death ratio in Gaza was 1-to-1. When America and Britain bombed, let me finish.
No, Kenny.
Bombed.
No, Kenny.
But that's all horseshit. He's speaking horseshit. It's horseshit
Yeah.
you're speaking, okay? Any child that gets killed
You don't like the truth,
unjustly.
Jack. You're a fraud.
No,
You
you're
don't like
talking
the
about
truth.
horseshit. It's horseshit you're talking about. Because Israel never existed before
You
48
claim to
either.
want to know the truth, but you don't. You keep trying to shut me up and mute me because I'm telling the truth.
No, you're not.
That's not the way forward.
Kenny, maybe what we're both guilty of is trying to control the narrative. Okay. I'll admit I am hoping not to reinforce the arguments for war that you keep wanting us to believe in. I will not agree that Donald Trump is great for America. I will not.
You don't have to. You don't have to agree.
Support Israel. I will not agree for the violence, Kenny.
You don't have to. You don't have to agree, but just let me say my piece.
I have.
This isn't the Kenny channel.
Hold on.
This is not the Kenny channel. It's not.
Please. It's not Zill either.
Do you mind if I ask? Can I ask you, Kenny? Can you
Let me say my piece.
Kenny,
I've not finished yet. I'm not taking any questions just now.
One
I'm
thing
still making
that
my
Donald
point.
Trump has ever done wrong in his whole life ever. Please, just try to understand, right? If you can't name one thing that another person has ever done wrong in their whole life, you're probably a fucking cult member.
And he's citing facts over and over, things that other people believe as if he believes it himself. He at no point have I seen him represent what he believes, which is like a weird thing.
No.
Well, the thing about facts is, right, without faith, we wouldn't know facts, right? He has a very good faith that those facts are true. And he believes that those things are true, just like I believe some things are true and whatever. But, truth is to the fucking eye of the beholder.
Mr. Talcott.
Yeah, but we help find the truth by pointing to things like evidence, and we can rewind the tape and see what people said to see what was lied about. Some people close their eyes and refuse to see that evidence and choose a different truth.
The reality is Kenny is trying to bring up facts that he considers to be evidence that supports his position. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, what do I do? Because I know to get someone to understand, you need to be patient. You need to hear what they're saying. But I don't want to sit and listen to someone else's authorship. Okay, Kenny?
You don't want to hear. You don't want to hear.
No,
you don't want to hear facts that contradict your worldview, Jack. Okay, listen. Just listen to this. Talking about.
Let Kenny talk,
right?
Please.
If you mute these motherfuckers. If you're going to talk about children dying in wars and then make out that that's intentional by Israel and America, you're up a gum tree. Now, let me tell you one thing. The most celebrated military victory in history was when the Allies defeated the Nazis during World War II. Britain, America, and Russia, as well as loads of other nations. We annihilated the Nazis, right? Now, during that campaign, the bombing of Germany, 2 million innocent civilians were killed. That's just a hard fact of war. But we still celebrate Victory in Europe Day every year. We still celebrate the victory over the Nazis every year. We still give our old soldiers medals.
Please pause. Okay. What are we doing? I don't want to just sit through a speech. I mean, are we having a conversation? Where are we going with this?
Yeah, sure.
Where are we going with it?
Okay, where I'm going with it is innocent people die in wars. That's just a fact of life.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Israel done very well to get the combatant to civilian death ratio down to 1-to-1. The point I tried to make earlier before I was cut off was when America and the USA were bombing Syria, the civilian to combatant ratio, death ratio, was 10-to-1. It was 10 innocent civilians killed for every 1 combatant, but we still went ahead and done it. Israel managed to get that ratio down to 1-to-1. Only 1 civilian for every 1 combatant killed. That's a really low ratio.
According to who?
Do your fucking research, you fat
Cunt!
According to your research, see, you're relying on things that, golly geez. Hey, guys, sorry. Maybe I was rude again.
No, you gotta do that sometimes, man.
But hey, I'm
it's
not
weird
sure.
that he's trying to justify war and murder. Like that, at the end of the day, he's trying to justify. Oh, they do it better. It's like, what even an argument is that?
Well, and this, I don't know what Kenny does or doesn't know about me, but in every single description of my videos, you're going to find links, Veterans for Peace, right? Exposing the true costs of war and exposing the true costs of militarism, World Beyond War, a global movement to end all wars, right?
Yeah.
Code Pink, tell Congress no war, right? This is what I stand for. About face from the wars, veterans against the wars.
Yeah, this is like Jack's whole thing, guys.
Kenny, you're in the wrong place, man. If you want to
seriously,
propaganda.
Seriously, know where you're at, Kenny. What the heck was that, stupid?
Just remind you of the Napoleon principle, Jack. Don't interrupt your opponent when he's making a mistake.
Yeah, he embarrassed himself for sure. He did. Oh, he's sorry.
The thing is I appreciate Kenny. He's a good-hearted dude.
Yeah.
He cares. And you know what? Golly geez. Kenny, I'm sorry.
Look at him.
Thank you sincerely. I do appreciate you, man.
War ended. War ended. Look at that. How long was that war, Jack? What, 10 seconds? Look. See? Put it on your resume.
Possible.
Put it. I knew we were ending wars today. I knew I felt it in my bones. What do you think, Jack? Let's not stop now. We got to keep going.
Well, we got to keep learning, right?
No, we're ending wars today, Jack. Come on, bro.
I'm learning.
Never stop learning. Never stop learning.
I'm learning. And you know what? I don't like getting upset, and I really don't like upsetting others. But what we are doing, seriously, when we're disagreeing and the emotions come in, we're dealing with identities, right? Beliefs that we've gotten attached to. Jesse, you jumping in, brother?
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is, like, the Palestinians have the right to exist, and there was no actual technical country called Palestine, so they seem to want to refer to that. But when the Nakba came in 1948, and the people that were living there, the Philistines, which were in the Bible, so they've been people that have been in that area for, from that time, the Philistines, do they not have a right to defend the land that their ancestors come from? Do they not have a right? So these people come in, displace them off their land, millions of people, murder them, and then they've been constantly taking their land. So when do they have a right to defend themselves? When do they have a right to exist? When do they have a right to that land that they've been there for thousands of years? And so, people like Kenny want to say, well, there was no country called Palestine, right? It was, the Ottomans, and then it was the British controlled, right? So technically there was no country, but it doesn't mean that people don't have a right to live in the land that they've been there for thousands of years. So that's just kind of what I wanted to say.
Yeah, man.
I agree. I think it comes down to people have a right to live. I mean, that's what we got to figure out. Denizen, welcome to you. How are you today, brother?
Denizen.
I'm well.
Yesterday, man. Good to
What's
see
up, sucker?
Friends like these.
Howdy, brother.
Friends like these, huh, Larry?
You've been with us long today?
I've been listening for about a half hour.
Any thoughts, ideas coming up for you?
Well, I think it's a good depiction of the problem that we have and why we can't solve the conflict, right? I mean, here we are. We have a panel of people that really have no stake in the game. Let's be honest. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right.
right? But
You don't know
I
who
get the
I'm
passion. I've been there myself. There's other reasons. There's various reasons for the passion. I might even suspect that maybe an actual interest in the issue over there isn't the cause of our anger, and there's maybe some other oppressed things going on there, like the way we're be treating over here by our own regime. But either way, point is, I've been susceptible to it myself, so I'm not judging it. But at the same time, we don't really know. All we know is what we're told, and all of the information, whether it be for one side or the other, has an agenda, and you can't escape that, regardless of which side you take.
That's true. And so
we can't even agree to have a common conversation about it here without having real stakes in the game. You can imagine what it's like for the people over there.
Yeah, but you got to start with baby steps, brother. You see, we ended a 10-second war to start. We're gonna ramp up real quick now, okay?
Hey, welcome, Guru, Crazy Guru. How are you today, brother?
Jack, I don't mind jumping in at the end. I hope to join it, but I do want to jump out. This is an overstimulating panel for me. Dennison, Dirty, Godzilla. Guys, I'm jumping out because you guys are too awesome for me tonight. You only need one guru in it tonight, and that's Jack. But I do want to come in just to give my part on Kenny. And I'm going to jump out because that's all I came into is selfishness. But I will join at the end when if he comes out. I want to listen to you guys tonight. I don't want to overstimulate and overtake it. But I just want to say this, Eddie. I love the fact that you and Kenny having this relationship, Jack. I do. Do you know why? Because I'm loving following the series. You guys are teaching me something. And I like you have these two little brotherly biffs. And I'm not saying to return to it tonight. I want to watch the rest of this panel. But please, if this can be a recurring thing and Kenny likes it until it's too much, I'll watch it. Because the most entertaining part about your show so far is the thing I'm learning other than the other stuff is that on a subjective level, I'm getting to learn more about this thing across seas between British and over the seas. And I don't much about it, but my brother Kenny kind of knows that his stuff is part, and I'm learning from you two's little bickers. So I'm enjoying it. I don't know about anybody else, but I think you're managing it well. I didn't agree with Kenny's loud rage, even though I have those myself. But I do think his heart's in the correct place, and I'm looking forward to you to keep doing the series because I'm enjoying it. And I'll just say it from my perspective. I don't know if anybody else in the chat want to agree that you and Kenny's energy is great. You're opposite sides of the coin, but you're not too opposite. You've got this respect for each other, and I enjoy that. I don't fully see it. I don't know if anybody else agrees, but hi, everybody. I'm going to jump out unless you got anything for us because I'm loving listening to Spanish. I don't want to overtake it. You know what I'm like. So I would definitely join you later unless anybody's got anything, but that's what I wanted to try to say.
No, I think that was a good analysis, Grazy. The people on here are insane, and you're absolutely right.
Thank you, Grazy.
That was nuanced, but I do agree. But thank you. Anyway, guys, I'm going to jump out and not be ignorant. I will join later on, but I don't want to overtake the show, and I would tonight because I love a lot of characters in here, and I just want to stick in the chat and support for. I just want to say about Kenny. Thank you, Jack, for having us on here, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you all.
Take care, Grazy.
And Jack, a little bit of pushback to what Dennison said is we do have skin in the game. You harm one, you harm us all. If we don't stop what's going on in other places in the world, who's to say that they're not coming for you?
That's a fair pushback. What do you say, Dennis?
Brother.
That's why we got the great American bulge, sucker.
No offense, I would just say reality is what says that they're not coming for us. They've been fighting over there for 2,000 years, and the skin in the game is the skin we put into it.
Well, how are they not though? But they're right now. They're stopping freedom of speech. You can't criticize them, right? In how many states now? And they're taking away your own freedoms that you say, but they are coming for you. It's step by step.
Israel is bad. Zionism is bad.
Yeah.
See, I just did it.
And the myth is slavery ended on Juneteenth. It just transformed into what we're experiencing right now.
Right. It's been manipulation has prevailed. And actually, Denizen, I kind of agree with Jesse, because the impacts may not be immediate, but there is a spiritual oneness and a unity to everything. And the reality is, an injury to one is an injury to the all, and a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And justice has been denied. Here in America, the Epstein file is just one example. The continuing war profiteering is another example. It affects us all, guys.
It's corruption, Jack, at the highest level.
It's a lack of accountability.
Yeah, at the highest level.
You know, when we don't hold each other accountable, when men as a whole, right, allow one man to be a predator, then we are all taking that assumption. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch, right?
Especially if we don't stand up and do something. When we know that something's wrong, that's what we're here for, is to right the wrongs. At least the best way that we can.
I mean, I say most guys are just fragile little bitches anyways, so.
It's what the world has created. Every one of us has within us a strength and a quality that, I don't know. I know that it is up to us men.
No, we got to have integrity, Jack.
There
Integrity
you
is
go.
one of the greatest values a man can have. In fact, probably the most important, one of them.
I agree.
And empathy.
And, well, integrity, honesty, empathy, those are all lacking in many of these people who have been elected to these positions, right? And the reality is, the thumbnail today, the telequote.
Yeah.
If a people allow their government to keep secrets, it's a legal authorization for them to lie to you, right? And because of secrets and lies, justice and freedom, those have been sold. They've been stolen, actually. Justice and freedom have been stolen, and now our freedom and justice, they just go to the highest bidder, the people who can pay it. People who can afford freedom have freedom. The people who can afford justice get justice. I suggest that's a criminal enterprise.
I joined with a quick pop quiz question. Do you mind if I interject, Jack?
Please do. Welcome, brother.
So this is my only question, and it's for 33 points. We all know that America is a two-party system and has been for a long time. Can anybody tell me the name of the first third party?
The Whigs.
The first third party. I want to say socialist, but I could be mistaken.
You
or
are
communist.
Still mistaken.
Still mistaken. Too early for those. Yeah. What was
Masonic.
the other?
Oh, he said the word. Can you give me
Is
the
it?
full title? I'll give you 3 points for that, Dennison.
Three
Personhood
words?
over dogma. 33 points to you, my darling. Absolutely spot on. It was the Anti-Freemasonry Party. The only requirement was that you were not allowed to be a member of the Freemasons.
Wow.
You can imagine what happened to them.
Wow.
They lost.
I had never heard of that part of history, but you know what? Given the influence, how interesting. See these secret societies, man. It's been like that from the beginning. Used to have the priest class and the ruling class. And we've still
You know why?
today. Why?
I think because humans resent power. They resent power without accountability and without integrity. And so these power structures move themselves into the shadows so that they can continue to operate with impunity.
No, it's like authority problems with people with dad issues and stuff too.
Well, in the greatest picture, it's a perfect design. It's the darkness leading the light, but the natural order is for the light to shine and to overpower the darkness. And so I recognized this a long time ago between the secret societies, whether there's so many of them throughout history, but the Freemason is a great example.
The Rock Bridge Group.
The what?
The Rock Bridge Group.
I don't know that one either.
Pretty much the guys that are behind, well, not pretty much, they're the guys that are behind the old Federalist Society that turned into the Project 2025 guys.
Oh, that's a modern day corruption right there. That Heritage Foundation. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Well, it makes sense. Where I lost sight. When I started learning the history and the influence of these secret societies, and I saw the obvious evidence of corruption, and what God is doing is the visible darkness has been leading the way. The Illuminati, right? That idea of the illuminated ones, the ones who were in the know. Well, they probably were, right? They recruited the smartest, the most intelligent to be amongst them. And then the power structures grew, and then the wealth inequality grew, and the complications in life compounded.
It's like each one of us has this experience directly with God. We're all trained not to see it. And so then we're trained by these secret societies, the secret keepers, the Illuminati, like they have a secret. They have secrets they keep with each other to like build some sort of a power through secrecy. But it's nothing compared to the individual aligned with God and the truth. And then working with other people aligned like that, that's what the whole system fights against.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like there's two types of power, where secrecy creates a knowledge differential. And differential is like a voltage, yeah.
That, brother, let's swing back to that. Andy, for the continuing support, continuing generosity, thank you. Thank you very much. Children in Gaza are being murdered in front of their mothers because Netanyahu is able to bank on the fact that the Christians will believe the Bible is true, which is where his power comes from. Interpretations of the Bible are true.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
it's not a true interpretation of the Bible to support this. Andy,
thank you.
But
Mike Huckabee would say that ushering in the War of Armageddon is a divine thing that we're doing. That we're
so that's not our job. That's God's job, which we will stay out of.
Well, there are those who believe that being on the side of accelerating the return of Christ means bringing more despair and suffering, right? So that the cries are heard by God. That's the way to get Jesus to return. The Messiah's got to hear the cries of the suffering. So increase the suffering, put Donald Trump in charge, and turn up the heat, baby girl.
Yeah. Have you guys, just to change the subject a little bit, have you guys heard of the Yeshua scrolls?
No. Are those apocrypha?
They're scrolls that were found here in America, here last October, November.
Okay.
Supposedly, the claim is that these are scrolls that were written by Jesus himself.
Oh wow! I'd be interested in the methodologies they use to come to that conclusion.
It's a good story. It's it's a little breadcrumby. There's some breadcrumbs there that have to be picked up, but it's
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Yeshua scrolls. It's kind of a thing. Scott, I forget the guy's name. Scott. He was a TV host and whatever for one of these like History Channel shows or some shit back years ago. But he's the geologist basically.
Yeah, sure.
And he got into the tablets and deciphering the tablets.
Right.
And found some codes in the tablets and found some folks and pieced together some crumbs and actually went out to this spot where there was a big stone, right? There was a big monument. And underneath that monument was a glass jar full of scrolls.
Oh. Damn.
Sounds interesting.
Damn, son.
The thing is, like you said before, Jack, is we never really we only know what we know because we're told what we know and we can believe what we want to believe, right? But we have to be open to new information.
Look, right? There was a guy who stuck his face in a hat and read off these stupid pieces of gold or wood. I don't care what it was. And he just spouted gibberish. And you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Perhaps.
Well,
that's
there's another part though. I have this theory that, well, it was foretold. I don't remember the exact words, but nothing that was hidden shall remain hidden, right? The truth is going to be known. It's going to be revealed. And I believe that in this new time that we're entering into, God's going to allow mankind to discover a lot of pieces of history and maybe put together a lot of the pieces that maybe were unclear or distorted, right? Because it seems to me that this might be an incredible game of life that's been offered to us. Discover all you can, put the pieces together in the biggest picture that you can, and see how the truth evolves. Well, this is how the truth evolves in a society that gives a shit more about profits and debts and control and power more than educating each other's children.
Yeah, man.
Evolution. Raise them up, everybody, for evolution.
God is doing that. I don't
remember any part in the Bible, or especially any red letter verse in the Bible, that talks about spitting and kicking on people when they're down, and taking things away from them when they're down, and being the richest person in the world doesn't ever really come up. It actually is like kind of a bad thing in the Bible to be that person. So I think some of these Christo-fascists kind of have a little slanted view on their Christianity that allows them to rationalize and justify shitty behavior and shitty actions towards other people. And that's exactly the opposite of what Jesus was about, straight up.
Raise them up, sucker.
I mean, he had two laws, right? He took the 10, he made them into 2, right? Love God and love each other.
That's why I think that the real simple answer is just one rule. Love.
Yeah, man. Just love.
Love. Love. Love it all.
I'm down with that. High vibe love tribe.
Again, if you put it into practice and you actually think the thoughts through, if all you do from morning till night is you focus on what you love, what you would love to do, what you are in, if you just focus on love, you don't want to sin. You don't want to be cruel. It doesn't even become a thought to consider, right?
Right.
That's the answer for our world, and that's why God sent us the truth. Jesus was the example. He revealed the truth with perfect grace. Well, near perfect, maybe. He might have had his moments, but he was a radical and a revolutionary.
Yeah, damn right.
He gave grace to who deserved it.
He was the first anarchist socialist.
He's who I follow. He is, as far as I'm concerned, his example is what lords over me. It's the path that I want to strive for. His way, the way of unification and peace, because I truly believe that is God's way. The way of love, it restores, it adjusts, it transforms, it corrects. It brings together the opposites and lets them just be how they are, but to be as one. And that's what we're to do, guys.
Simple.
I truly believe, guys, that in the history of our recorded time, there's been a lot of light and wisdom and growth and good things, but it's been stunted and been darkened by all the power hungry, the warmongering, the corruption. But I believe in this fairy tale that God's offering us, the good will win. The good have won, right? When you feel and align yourself with good and goodness, you win. That's how you win, is by being good. It's not people's approval of you that needs to be good. It's you need to be a good representation of you.
Yep, and be a good representation of Jesus if you follow him. And, you know, we're not promised the riches of the world. We're promised to be spiritually rich. That's what's important. Right, Jack?
Yes. We must forgive betrayal. This is true. I'm not sure why you got timed out.
Attitude of gratitude.
With that, yeah. I tell you what, guys, I found within myself a peace in my heart. And in that peace, finding the ability to detach my mind from the world, to just unite my mind, my heart, my breath in the moment, and just to be still, to recognize and to sit in that peace. That's what I hope everyone can find, because in that peace of being, it's the kingdom of heaven. There's no distance, there's no time to reach the eternal life with God. Just know it. Accept it. God is. Whew. I am. I am because God is. Because God is, I get to be. And I know God has the, what's that?
Pretty blessed.
To feel that and to receive that, to recognize it, that is a blessing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still walking the path I'm walking. I still haven't really replaced my income. I still haven't achieved a lot of my goals. But every day, guys, I thank God. And just in case it helps, because I do believe it might, I bring in and I thank God in the name of Jesus that by somehow, some way, God allowed me to see past my darkness, past my bitterness. And so I could start aligning myself with more of this light, right? This light that many of you shine brightly too. I see you guys, all of you.
You know, the thing about being the light,
Jack.
The light attracts all the bugs, not just the ones you're trying to attract, right? All of them.
Actually, this was my prayer and thought earlier today, right? Rather than worry about what I don't have or worry about what I want to have, I feel peace knowing that what is for me is seeking me, right? What is for me shall find me, and what I am for, I shall find. So what shows up is what I am for. And what shows up for me is for me. So this mutual exchange of time we're all sharing here, I love you guys. I really appreciate it.
Fucking love you, man.
And Jack, you know, 4 years ago, maybe it was 3.5, 4 years ago, when you first came on the Missing Link, you know, you were searching for that path. You were searching for people. You were searching for conversation. You were searching, you know, to find people in alignment with what you're doing. And I imagine you weren't searching for people opposing you as much as, you have over, this journey, but, it sparks conversation. It sparks people taking sides. What you've been doing. I feel you probably feel really fortunate that you are where you are right now compared to where you were 4 years ago, where you were a lot more lost and confused.
Yeah.
I am actually, in many, many ways, I'm very grateful to be where I am and to be on this path I am, because had I not been on this path, trying to find connection online and all of this other stuff, I wouldn't have met the majority of you guys. I mean, we're
all just stumbling around on a path, bumping into each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're all just crazy people in an asylum chilling in the day room, right?
No.
This is the insane asylum.
Oh, that's just me? Okay.
Some days this is, this is where Jack holds space for those desperate for attention sometimes.
Always tell me these days.
No. Hey,
well, it sounds to me like you found some real serenity, Jack, and the hard part about that is the wisdom to know the difference of what we can and cannot change, right? And what we can insert ourselves into and try to drive a force, right? And my thing I've been really kind of kicking on this past few months is like, I say that love always wins, right? If it wasn't for love, we wouldn't be here today. If hate would have won, we wouldn't be here today, right? So love always wins. How does love know when to fight? And how does love actually? How does love fight? How do you fight for love without, unaliving another person, or even to go to Jesus's side of things, like turning the other cheek, even.
That's the line, the question. Welcome to you, Ricardo.
Peace and love, bro. I can't hear anything. Something wrong with the sound. I'm gonna restart my phone. I should sort it.
Please, go ahead.
Love you, bro. See you soon.
Thank you. Much love. Denizen, were you jumping in? Sorry.
No, sir, that was not me.
Jack, okay. You know what else? You know what else also really helps is a lobotomy.
I got a power drill.
I promote as natural healing as possible. And, actually,
is that a type of mushroom?
Positive news. I've seen a couple articles recently on kind of a comeback and more people turning towards more homeopathic healing, right? If I understand right, that's more the whole body perspective rather than just focusing on individual symptoms, right?
Holistic care, yeah.
Holistic. Yeah, maybe that's what I was trying to think of. But yeah. Well, there's many ways I see our world changing. I truly do believe that the evidence is stacking up. There's problems in the world. I actually think those of us who are in safety, we have the best opportunity and the best position to help those who are in danger. And I think those who are in danger are in the midst of armed conflict. And if those of us who are safe can persuade those in charge, right, we can change it. I mean, in the past, it took thousands and thousands, millions of people trying to join together for protest. Well, I suggest a lot of that is happening all around the world.
You know, guillotines can be persuasive, Jack.
They have been in the past.
Only if they're used in public.
I am a man I promote correction. Punishment may be a method of correction, but I leave that to God, right? I'm just grateful I don't have to make those choices, right? I don't have to say what someone should or shouldn't receive for punishment, but I do want to be a voice for the voiceless, and I want us to move in that direction, us being the people, move in that direction of accountability, kind of what you were saying earlier, Patty.
Unity is one stand together.
Yeah.
As, one for all for one. Otherwise, what the fuck are we even doing here?
Well, the problem is nobody can agree on dang anything.
That's
man.
all right, though. We don't have to agree on everything. See, unity is not the same as
So we
equality.
should be able to be civil with people we disagree with.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
we
it's
should be
about
able to
respect.
do.
Okay, this should
People
work.
don't be doing that.
I mean, it
It's
used to
about
be a point in
respect.
politics
Just
when we could
restarted.
disagree, right? But we could sit down afterwards and break bread and drink some wine
How's it
together.
going?
And everything was cool, and we could agree to disagree the next day, and squabble among little things. But this polar identity of the us versus them.
Well,
and,
the problem
and they,
is
them, and the
Sorry,
others.
I can't blink.
Right?
The
Hey,
problem is that's all.
Ricardo,
Go ahead.
I'm not sure. Are you hearing us, Ricardo? I don't think that you are, actually. Might still be having audio problems.
Maybe he's got to turn his volume up.
It could be as simple as that, but if he doesn't hear, I'm not sure what to offer. Sorry, I lost track from where you guys were at.
We all lost track, man.
I know.
Jack, could you make the decisions?
For education or righteous accusation.
Yeah, I
Could
do
we
think
make-
that.
Make what, Jesse? I didn't hear that. Sorry.
If you ever got into the position where you were called upon to make those decisions about punishment for people, would you be able to to do that?
I believe so, but I can't imagine any scenario where the decision would end up being mine alone, because the way I lead, the way I believe in leadership, it's with others, right? You receive the support and input of others, and then it's not just you. I mean, in the end, whoever's responsible is responsible, but the way I've always been one to get perspective of others before I made any choice.
Right, so more like a council instead of single person making that decision.
Which I believe is a safe way to find fairness. I mean, in theory, that's the idea behind a jury of our peers. We get a group of people to examine and listen and try to determine fairness, but unfortunately, it is what it is. It's a bunch of theatrics at this point. But I have faith. I do have faith that as people start learning more and more, if people are honest with each other and we start listening to one another,
we got to be honest with ourselves though first, right?
It's the two go together. The more we're honest with others, the more we're honest with ourselves. The more we're honest with ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, that's.
I know.
Keep doing it, sucker. You can't make
but
me
you'd
stop.
be better off not doing it, for real.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I'm being serious though, because you don't want to lie to yourself ever. This idea though, if we can get past our dislike of the other side, if you can get past the dislike of those who don't agree with you, maybe you can learn why they don't agree with you.
I don't know how they're going to do that, Jack. Because remember, Kenny said it was the hatred in his heart was the reason. That's crazy, bro. There is hatred in the hearts.
It's fear. The hatred comes from fear.
Yep. And the fear comes from memories or thoughts of an identity.
Or programming of somebody else telling you that they, them, and the others are coming for you. They're coming for your God and they want you dead. Direct quote from the orange-faced clown. Who's
Telling
running
you,
the country.
be afraid.
Yeah, be afraid.
Be afraid.
Yeah. They, them, and the others, man. It's classic xenophobia. It's what the white power movement is based on. Is they, them, and the others. It doesn't matter who they are, or what they're coming for, or them. It's us versus them. And if you break sides, then now you're going against your team, and you have no identity, and you are alone in the wilderness. And they are all trying to kill you, and now your own team is too now. So it's the most basic of things. It's the most basic way to control people. It's fear.
Well, and God gives us a choice. Every one of us has a choice. We can do what we want with the life we've been given to a great degree. Hank, for the contributions, thank you again. Continuing support. Much love to you, my brother. And I know you don't know what you're talking about in this case. More lies, bigger secrets for the proletariat? No. See, power comes in truth. And selfish psychopaths use the truth as a weapon for the purposes
Truth is what
of
I say it
manipulation.
is. Right? You say it 3 times and they hear you. You say it 30 times and they believe you. You say it 300 times, they'll fight for you. You say it 3,000 times, they'll die for you.
Oh,
Doesn't
dang.
matter if it's true or not.
Pretty true.
Like the stolen election that wasn't stolen?
It's all a big hoax.
Or a right to defend yourself, right? State has a right to defend itself. Hey, guys, we're over the 2 hour. I'm feeling the feeling. It's time to start wrapping up. I do genuinely appreciate all of you who have swung through. Any final words on the way through?
Y'all some suckers. You are every day and you will be tomorrow. And I'll catch you then.
Dirty rotten, no good, some beach.
Much love to you, Zill. Thank you. And Hank, truth is a great feeling. Once you find the truth after being lost from the truth, and you find that peace of knowing, that strength of knowing, that feeling feels freaking great, dude. And that's one of my theories why God lets us start out so stupid, right? Don't eat the dirt, kid. Don't put the bugs in your mouth. Don't eat the pages of the book, right? You got to teach kids basically.
Don't eat the glue.
So we start out stupid so we can discover a greater truth and feel that great accomplishment. Thank you, Hank. I feel good, but it is time to wrap up. Final words?
Much love, brothers. Much love.
Uncle Fatty. Thank you, brother. Much respect.
Mm-hmm.
Truther, are you there? Or you want to stick around? What do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm here. We're still here. But anyhow, we'll get great discussion today, Mr. Talcott. It's always a pleasure speaking with you. I'll leave it at that. The Machine Live is streaming later tonight. You should check that out, dude.
Thank you. I wanted to last night, and I crashed early. I fell asleep.
It is hard to stay up that late, like honestly, for sure. It is.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to streaming. But anyhow, great talking to you, man.
Hey, thank you. I do appreciate, you know what? I appreciate the premiere, the sharing of the bumper stickers, the swag that may be coming available. Thank you again.
Yeah, we're just getting started there, man. Talk to you later.
Amen. Thank you, brother. Hey, Objective Ethics, sincerely, thank you for the contributions, the support. There is suffering. There is an end to suffering. There is a way to end suffering. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. all true. That which is right is right. That which is true is right. That which is right is in alignment, right? And we are here to reconcile, to restore health, peace, comfort. There may be suffering, but there is an end to suffering, and there is a way to end suffering. Objective ethics, love that stuff. Thank you, sincerely. Jesse, you there?
Yeah, brother.
Hey,
I'm just getting some pizza right now, so I was just trying to make it back into my car. But a good conversation, good job. I'll maybe stick around and have a little chat with you afterwards or whatever. So thanks again. Keep doing what you're doing. Love you, man. Love everybody. Ciao.
Love you. Much, brother. Much love to you. Appreciate you swinging through, Jesse. And then how about the last two again? I think this happened before. Denizen, Dirty Lowlife.
Yeah, I'll beat you to it. Just to echo the sentiments of the others. Great panel, good chat, even the spicy bits. Yeah, not much more than that, brother. Take care, everyone. See you soon.
Hey, much love. Thank you. Sincerely, Dirty Lowlife. Denizen, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Thoughts from you? What are you feeling, man?
Kind of grumpy, Jack. I've been working really hard on my goals lately, and I keep bumping into obstacles, and a lot of my work just keeps getting completely undone. I have to start again from scratch. And it seems like the more forgiving and loving that I get, the more the demons come out of the woodwork to attack me and tear me down. But I see opportunity in my grumpiness to steel man your positive message. I think that what most people can agree on, whether they agree with you or not, is that what we have now isn't working, and that change in and of itself is so appealing at this point to a species that is historically and naturally opposed to any kind of change at all. We're so drawn to the status quo. We're afraid of any kind of change, but things seem to be so bad right now that this change in and of itself is a slogan. And the war and state secrets appear to be a failed operating system for humanity. It doesn't seem to be getting us where we need to go or helping the majority of people on this planet. Consumes resources that we could use to create real solutions. It pollutes our planet and causes disease, increases the poverty and the wealth gap, while the secrets prevent any kind of transparency or accountability that we would need in order to make positive change. Together, war and state secrets, as you put it, they create a cycle of fear, anger, resentment, and deception that keeps us all yelling at each other on YouTube panels instead of working together. And if we could imagine a world, a Talcottia perhaps, where the trillions in military spending instead is used to feed people and look for new sources of energy, governments working together with trust and cooperation rather than concealment, and where us as citizens, we put our diversity of ideas and talents together to work together towards common goals rather than to use it as a way to prove who's right or to win an argument. And we have the resources and technology now more than ever to get us there. This is something that's new and which could disprove past being prologue, and really, the one place where you and I agree is that the only real barrier to any kind of change is just the choice not to continue the same old patterns. And maybe we should do it now, not because it's easier than ever, but because we have no other choice. Our survival demands it.
That's where I'm at. I believe the facts demonstrate our future survival. It depends on reforms. But hey, all we can do is try, right?
See you next time.
Hey, thank you. Thank you sincerely. Much love to you. I'm going to take a brief chance. Why, I don't know, but JG, you stuck around. What's going on, man?
I never raped any Christian woman. I never raped anybody. I was raped by a woman once, but yeah, it was a weird bit I was doing. But you know, Operation Christ K, that's what I'm doing.
JG,
Operation Christ K.
you are a hoot for sure. Holy cows. One of the characters, many of the characters that find their way here, I attract them. Jack Talcott, I am a character. Welcome to the Chats with Jack. We have a, whoo, man, what do we do here? Jack tries to share some encouragement, some hope, some, whatever I share, some things I've learned that I think are helpful. And then we gather together, and then we continue learning together. We join together. We discuss different ideas, different perspectives. And my focus, my hope is to discuss life, God, freedom, love, peace on earth, reforms, right? Pointing out the obvious. If we want to keep getting lied to, let's keep allowing authority to keep secrets. But truly, what I'm hoping is going to happen is join. Let's join together, you, me, everyone you can think of, and let's find a way to end all wars for lasting peace. Start within yourself. See where the battles are around you and see what you can do. And if I can be of support, reach out. I'd love to. I'm going to wrap it up there. We said a lot. We talked about a lot, and there was a lot that came through. I've got a set to forward over to another panel stream that I do enjoy, the book of RLM. So if you head that way, give a shout out and share some support. Till next time, choose love, peace for everyone, walk with faith, and of course, live without fear. Thank you again. Praise God.